Hey guys, today I'm here to bring you my review of Allegiant. Allegiant is the third film in the Divergent series based on three young adult novels. Even though Allegiant is only the first half of the movie, the next movie comes out next year. I think it's called Ascendant or something dumb like that. And honestly, yeah. I didn't like this movie at all. Like, really, there are only some positives I have about it. I mean, the acting overall is fine to mediocre to just not good. Like, and by not good, it's the type of good that's just like they're not even trying, which is the worst kind of bad acting when they're not even trying. But then again, the series, it's like none of them care about it. I mean, there are so many good actors in this movie. Shailene Woodley, Ansel Elgort, Miles Teller, Jeff Daniels, Naomi Watts, Octavia Spencer. You know, so many good actors, and they're dragged down in this movie. Theo James, he's fine. But honestly, the acting is the only thing I can really say that is good about this movie, and even would for overall. But other than that, and some of the effects are okay, and the look of the movie is alright. But other than that, everything else about this movie is trash. First of all, like I said in the positive, some of the acting is good. Some of the acting, nobody's trying. Like Shailene Woodley, everybody's always like, oh my god, Shailene Woodley's the best part of these movies. And honestly, in a way, I could definitely see that for the first movie. I could kind of sort of see that in Insurgent, which I hated, which came out last year. But this, she definitely was not trying. She obviously doesn't care about this role anymore, and now she's just phoning it in, and I don't appreciate that. And like I said before, there are great actors like Naomi Watts, Jeff Daniels, Octavia Spencer. I think all of them are phoning it in. And also, I still find it funny that they're trying to make it seem like Naomi Watts, who is about 40, is the mother of Tobias, who is supposed to be in his late teens, early 20s in the movie, but it looks like he's 30. Like, how could I believe a woman who I don't believe that they're mother and son, because they're only like 10 years apart in real life, and they look 10 years apart in the movie. So yeah, that's a personal pet peeve. I mean, even though I am talking about the negatives, there is one thing that they did better in this movie that they did in the first movie, and that would be that the action scenes, when they're there, they're fine, and they don't look silly. Like Insurgent, the action scenes with Shailene Woodley were so silly and horrible. Her face, and it's like, Shailene Woodley, sweetie, do not be in another action movie ever again. Stick to dramas, be in indie movies, historical dramas, just be in the other movies. Heck, maybe even try a comedy or something. But never be in another action movie again. That made me think, that's how I felt after I watched Insurgent. And thankfully, there were not a whole lot of those stupid, silly-looking action scenes, but that's not saying much. And also, nothing really happens in this movie. I mean, first of all, Shailene Woodley's character, Triss, doesn't even do anything pretty much the whole movie except for the last, 15 minutes. I mean, yeah. Like, nothing happens in this movie. There's just a lot of boring conversations. Oh, you're the one, and just pure damage, blah, blah, blah. Just, nothing happened in this movie. And the things that did happen, I didn't care. And also, oh yeah, one more positive. Even though it makes it seem like I have a lot of positives for this movie, I really don't. I did actually enjoy Miles Teller as Peter in this movie, but that's probably the only thing I actually genuinely like, even though the whole flip-flopping, and he looked like he didn't care and he was just phoning it in, but I don't think Miles Teller cares about the role, but he did it in a way where I enjoyed watching him on screen. So yeah, that's a real positive I have with this movie. And yeah, I know I'm all over the place, but I'm sorry. I can't help it. Just, this movie was really bad. Also, the effects were pretty horrible. Not as bad as the Gods of Egypt effects, but that's really not saying much. Just, Yeah, but now this movie sucks, and honestly, these movies get worse and worse. I'm expecting the next movie to be the worst of the bunch, and honestly, I don't even have respect for this movie series or these books as a whole. I know that people say the books are better. Well, no, if you love the books, go for it. Just enjoy them. But I did read the first one. I read part of the second one, but I didn't feel like it. I didn't even bother touching the third one after I found out what happened at the end. But honestly, I can't even respect these books or these movies as a whole in one instance because I still don't like the whole, like, people, it's like, what? Nobody is just one thing. You know, nobody is just smart or brave. People have multiple qualities and all that. Just, I don't like that whole thing, you know? Just, yeah. This review is a jumbled mess, I know, but yeah. Yeah, this movie was horrible. The ending I didn't care for. I just didn't like. Also, there was predictable moments, like, yeah. But honestly, the worst part of this movie was the writing and stuff, and like the people just saying, Tris, you're the only one who can do this, and like, oh yeah, we're pure, they're damaged, blah blah blah. And you know, it's just like, I hated that. That was the worst part of the movie. The script, the story, nothing happened, nobody did anything, acting was mediocre at best, and even Miles Teller's acting, it wasn't good, but I still enjoyed it, but that's still not saying much. And also Miles Teller, he was in Whiplash, one of the best movies I've ever seen in my entire life, in 2014. And then he did freaking Insurgent, which was terrible. And then he did Fantastic Foreskin, which was an abomination to cinema. And now he's done this. Just, seriously, what are you doing, Miles Teller? You can do better than this. Be in another indie movie. Yeah. Other than that, I really don't have anything else to say about this movie. It's horrible. I really disliked Insurgent. Even though I'm going to give it a lower score I'm giving Allegiant a lower score than Insurgent. No, actually, I do hate Allegiant more than Insurgent. Forget what I said. Yeah, Allegiant is horrible. I'm giving it a 1 out of 5, and that's being very generous of me. So yeah, if you've seen Allegiant, tell me your thoughts about it down below. And also, what's the worst book to film adaptation for young adult novels? Oh yeah, also before I stop this review, I have seen 2 other movies. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, which I thought was decent, but it's not memorable, and I didn't think it was funny as everybody else. And also 10 Cloverfield Lane, which I loved. Like, it was a very good movie. I'll probably buy it on Blu-ray, and I'd give Whiskey Tango Foxtrot 3 out of 5. And I'd give 10 Cloverfield Lane 4.5 out of 5. Those are actually good movies. Even though Whiskey Tango Foxtrot was decent, it's still only decent. It's still better than this. And so yeah. Yeah. And my next video should be, I'm doing this movie tag. I'm finally getting around to doing that. I'll do the movie tag hopefully tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then Tuesday. And then Thursday night, I am seeing Batman v Superman. I already bought my ticket, and I'm really excited. So yeah, please be good, Batman v Superman. Yeah. Yeah, other than that, I don't really have anything else to say, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.